Hey, still Heather, definitely still an alcoholic. I'm going to start with the usual disclaimer. All opinions and interpretations are solely those of the individual. I do not speak for anyone, anything, any which way, but this alcoholic Heather. And I was thinking, and that means I should be here, that I had the marathon for yesterday, and then today I did this call overseas, and them wanting to know more about this unique fucking thing, this whole virtual world. And it was also cool because they had said when they reached out originally to connect, oh yeah, I heard your name from 2 people, so I figured you'd be a great contact person. Absolutely, totally, tell me when you want to make time. And it's nice to know that, like, asked around and multiple people mentioned, and all I want to do is inform people so that they can take that back and then make informed decisions that is best for them. No one is a cookie cutter thing. You have to do what's best for you. I've also found you have to recognize that your groups are going to shift. I have been through a lot of shifts over my recovery. I don't know if there's really like this long period where it doesn't happen. It's not even so much like annual, it's more like biannual clearance, where something happens and then the room is not harmonious, and then people are irritated or snippy or snappy or disconnected, whatever the thing is. And sometimes you get over it and you're like, whew, okay. And then other times it's just things that don't exist. My first home group, who I will always love, cherish forever, I was not with them in the end when they were. I had a hard time there after losing my first 2 sponsors that I met in this home group, and the way people communicated with me. Straight up, honestly, let me be real. Why am I bothering? When my first sponsor died, I come in the rooms, I get asked if I relapsed. I've been sober for 7.5 years. These people have known me for 7.5 years. Every year, I share my story with you for 7 years. And you think I didn't make it. And it wasn't like they asked me once. They asked me too frequently. So then when my second sponsor died, oh Lord Almighty. Also, you think they would have learned that I didn't drink when my father died, and I didn't drink when my first sponsor died, and I didn't drink when my mother died, and why would I give away all those things? Yeah. Why would I disrespect her at the end like that? My head's not even there. The whole reason I believed in AA was I swore I could do this. But the second my father dies, my bets are off. I'm gonna drink. It's just it. But not only did I not drink, the first thing I did was call my sponsor. So I have a fucking Chick-fil-A off of the New Jersey Turnpike. And then I called the friend that I connected with to identify, and the first person I honestly told I think I'm an alcoholic. He gave me the best response. No shit. You think so? He's the first person who ever solemnly acknowledged that, like, I belonged. And today I look and I think I did these 4 things, and I was going all day. And 3 out of the 4 were service, and the 4th was for me. And then today, jump up in service. And I'm talking to someone in Puerto Rico. So I got someone over there in PR that wants to talk. And I'm Hungarian, not a secret. And I have a home group there. And I already took this position they created, and they made me like this international liaison, essentially, because I get things directly from GSO and GSB as a part of my service position. So I do have a direct contact of the things that are happening, and I'm aware of things are and the information. And there are a lot of parts of Europe that do not afford their fellows freedom, even freedom of information. And I've got plenty of information, probably more than I should share, or however that looks. But yeah, I did a lot of sharing about it yesterday. Did share it in PR this morning, and then in my group Conscience in Budapest. Not only did I take on this other service commitment, but we had an entire conversation about wanting to be connected in the service structure. And I discussed the workshop I'd just been to the day before, talking about the difference between a group and people need to always do this. A group and a meeting. And the big difference between them is one is registered with GSO, and you are part of the service structure. That's it. That's it. The other one, you're not doing anything wrong. Going about yourself. You're doing your thing. But you're not registered. And you're not going to get all of the things or the information because you don't have a hub for that. You don't have a connection from that service structure to make sure you have all of these things. And also, being connected gives you reps that have voices for you. The right to vote. Got a whole lot of rights. Got a whole lot of voice. Got a whole lot of say. And there's some people that really want that voice, and I think that's phenomenal. So I reported, and this whole discussion happened, and we are going to check out your information between now and then from one of my European counterparts. And then we're going to come back to our meeting next month, where I'll begin being secretary only for 6 months. I know. Don't say anything. I got it. I get it. I get it. 3. 3. I said no to the 4th. I meant that. But yeah. There's these places that aren't connected. And all I did was talk about what I know, what I experienced, what my struggles were, what my struggles are, the things that I need to see change. Not one, I need to see change. The change that I absolutely have seen in my area. Just improving that hybrid experience alone and the commitment they put into it. Yeah. I couldn't have much more gratitude at our last assembly because it's like, you got it. And it was so beautiful. And it gave me more continued hope to show that this is not a flash. This is not a thing to be afraid of. We exist exactly as we did before the pandemic in our social structure. Just gotta do a little more work, get a little more bandwidth. It's not enough for bandwidth right now. But there are ways, and there are people all over the world who can't get people to support them just wanting to exist. Just wanting these freedoms, just wanting to have an opportunity to be in service, because some of these places are refusing to let them be in service. And that's where a lot of people that come to me that already have an online group that they're in, but they're not registered because it's not supportive. And all these sober souls are just wandering out there homeless. And I want to educate them. As of this moment, there are 7 virtual districts in the U.S. and Canada. Only 7. 7 places. You go visit. You go check that out. You feel their vibe. You see what's to see. You see how active they are. You see what's going to happen. You see what that service structure looks like. You see if it fits the mold of your people. You make that decision. And if you decide to do that over here, facilitate that on top of the meetings we were already probably going to start up. And I had no remote intention of hitting up 2 countries that are interested in being part of the states. We read Keys to the Kingdom today, the second half of it essentially. And the speaker talked about how maybe one day we can have a group in Chicago. You didn't even believe it was possible. You just dreamed and hoped and prayed that it was. And look what it is. And that's what this virtual thing is. Except for I know that it's real. I don't have the fears that I'm not going to have these things. I'm lucky. I'm blessed. But I have had fears until recently. I wish everyone would embrace that kaleidoscope of creativity and have a very open-minded approach to recovery. But I can't do anything for anyone else. I can use my voice as a conduit that it is. And every time I do all these things, they reinforce the principles that I gotta be working every day in all my affairs. So I'm excited and I'm nervous and there's a lot. And yeah. Hey. Tomorrow night I also have my district meeting. And then I have my Tuesday home group. Wednesday's a little slide. Thursday home group. Friday home group. Saturday, Sunday home group. And my sponsor up in tomorrow too. So you know, I'm not active or anything. However, ask me if I have found more solace in my entire life than I have here. So, thanks for letting me lay overshare.